Hey guys, I'm back with some 240 clutch tips for you. Alright, this is a part of your clutch line, and it's actually a fluid dampener that causes the clutch to slowly engage or disengage, just so you're not as surprised by spinning tires or something like that. And it's not really necessary. It comes on all 240 stock. It's simple to remove it. All you do is take out two 10mm bolts and disconnect this hard line and another hard line and take it off. Simple as that. And then to connect the two lines that you disconnected, you bend the one hard line over to a rubber line and you're done. NorCal Productions 1 has a tutorial or DIY on this. I'll put his channel name in the description so you can go and check that out. It's pretty much just a, well, I guess it's a video response to what he did and a few tips to help you out. Tools you're going to need: you have your 8mm wrench, box in, ratchet in, open in, doesn't matter. You need this 8mm for the bleeder valve, which looks like that on the slave cylinder. Then you have a 10mm, which is used to take out these bolts. You also have, or you should have, a 10mm kind of a closed-in line wrench. Now, that's for removing these, just so you don't strip out the end, and it helps out a lot. Now, this wrench is just a random wrench. You need any random box-in wrench. You need this side of the wrench, and it's going to be one that's going to fit over this. Now, I've got a bag on here because there's still fluid in the system, because I tried to take it off without losing as much fluid as possible, just so I'd have to replace less. But this wrench, you put it over the end of that, slide it down onto the line, and then you can use this to bend your line, have leverage, and you just work it slowly, and you won't kink the line or anything. That's how I bend my hard lines. I've done it with the brakes on my cars, I've done it with clutch lines on other cars. Really simple. Now I'm going to get over to the other clutch components. Now the clutch line consists of, you have a slave cylinder, a rubber line that connects to here, then it goes through all this random stuff, and then you have a hard line that comes out of here and goes up across into your clutch master cylinder. Then inside the car you have your clutch disc and your pressure plate, and then you have a flywheel. I took my flywheel out. You can't see, it's got heat cracks and it's worn out. It probably can't be resurfaced just because the cracks look fairly deep, and these cracks will cause things like hard shifting, improper engagement of the clutch. It'll eat up your clutch, it'll cause you to grind gears and small stuff like that. Might even cause you to jump out of gear. And if you look at my clutch disc, this is the one I took out with the flywheel. The inside is worn more than the outside. That's not good. And you can see bluing on the center where it got really hot. Both sides are worn. And then if you get over here to this, it's been out for a while, so it's kind of rusted. But those usually aren't a problem. This one looks like it's had chatter marks on it. And the way you put the clutch in, these springs go inside of your pressure plate for clearance on your flywheel bolts. Real simple. Now, video's getting kind of long. Done with this part. Those are the tools you need. Simple tips on that. Now we'll get to the clutch pump. And here's just a quick show. This is your clutch master cylinder and reservoir. You use .3 brake fluid, and that's just about it. Then you have your hard line that comes out, runs across the top of your engine bay, and then it would run down there to a dampener, but seeing as how I already removed it, it runs down there and it does a U and comes back into a rubber line. You can't really see it. I won't get into it. Just watch NorCal's video on it, and you should have no problems doing this like I did. Inside to the clutch pedal. Mine's still kind of soft. I think I need to bleed the line, but as far as everything goes, I have a bit of play, and then it gets stiff, and then it's just instant engage, disengage. It feels great. As soon as my flywheel's worn in and I get some new tires, I'll be able to test out how it drifts and give you more of an insight on that. But until I do my break-in, I've only got 16 miles on it right now. Should wear in at about 400 to 500 miles. And when it wears in, you'll know it, because the car will just pick up and go, even if you're just cruising down the road. Now, start the car up. Alright, my high idle right there, that's a cold start feature from removing the EGR system. And it'll idle between 1500 and 2000 until the car warms up, and then it'll drop down to about 900 to 1000, and then it usually idles fine for the most part. I currently have the clutch engaged. You noticed before, whenever I let out on the clutch and the car was in neutral, it'd make this winding sound. It's still there. What I did not do with my clutch was change the throwout bearing. I have a brand new clutch flywheel in it, so all the noise is coming from the throwout bearing. Not a big issue, just annoying. Still sounds great. Except for the throwout bearing. Well guys, those are some clutch tips for a 240SX. Have any questions? Subscribe and comment. And stay tuned for more.